Ever feel like your brain is a race car stuck in overdrive with no brakes? You want to stop thinking, but you just can't? Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the fascinating and sometimes frustrating world of overthinking. If you've ever found yourself replaying conversations, worrying about the future, or getting lost in endless what-ifs, this video is for you. We're going to unpack why overthinkers struggle to switch off their minds, and more importantly, what you can start doing about it. Stick around, because understanding this is the first step to finding some peace. So, what exactly is overthinking? It's not just thinking hard, it's repetitive, often negative, thought patterns that don't lead to solutions. Think of it like a hamster wheel for your brain. You're running, you're expending energy, but you're not actually going anywhere. It often involves rumination, dwelling on the past, and worry, anticipating future problems, often unlikely ones. And here's the thing, overthinkers often believe they're being productive. They think, if I just analyze this enough, I'll find the perfect answer or prevent disaster. But the reality is, excessive analysis often leads to paralysis. You get so caught up in the possibilities that you can't make a decision or take action. Does that sound familiar? Let me know in the comments below, what's one thing you tend to overthink the most? Okay, let's get a little sciencey. Why is it so hard for some brains to just chill? First up, the prefrontal cortex, PFC. This is your brain's CEO, responsible for planning, decision-making, and impulse control. In overthinkers, studies suggest the PFC can be overly active, especially when it comes to negative stimuli or potential threats. It's like the CEO is working 24/7, analyzing every tiny detail, even when there's no real crisis. Then there's the amygdala, the brain's alarm system. When overthinking kicks in, the amygdala can get triggered more easily, sending out danger signals even when the threat is minimal. This fuels anxiety and the feeling that something is wrong, which, in turn, prompts the PFC to analyze even more to try and neutralize the perceived threat. It's a feedback loop. Ever notice how a small worry can snowball into a full-blown catastrophe in your mind? That's the feedback loop in action. We also have the default mode network, DMN. This network is active when we're not focused on the outside world, basically when our minds are wandering. In overthinkers, the DMN can be more persistent and harder to disengage from, especially when those thoughts are self-referential or anxious. It's the part of your brain that loves to reminisce or ruminate. So, is it just bad luck? Not entirely. Several factors can contribute to a predisposition for overthinking. Genetics. Yes, there might be a genetic component. Some people are naturally wired with a more sensitive nervous system or a tendency towards anxiety, which can fuel overthinking. Past experiences, trauma, significant stress, or even upbringing can play a huge role. If you grew up in an unpredictable environment or experienced setbacks, your brain might have learned to constantly scan for potential problems as a survival mechanism. Personality traits. High conscientiousness, perfectionism, and neuroticism are often linked to overthinking. And here's a key point. This isn't a character flaw. It's how your brain has learned to operate, often in response to your environment or biology. Cognitive biases. We all have them, but overthinkers might be more prone to certain ones. So if you find yourself thinking, this tiny mistake means I'm definitely going to get fired, you're likely falling prey to catastrophizing. Now let's talk about the real cost of this constant mental chatter. It's not just annoying, it's genuinely exhausting. Mentally, overthinking consumes a massive amount of energy. The good news? You can learn to manage overthinking. Mindfulness is about paying attention to the present moment without judgment. Cognitive reframing, changing your perspective schedule. Worry time. Engage in activities, practice problem solving. Finally, be kind to yourself. You're retraining your brain, you're doing your best, and that's more than enough. Thanks for watching, take care, and remember to give your brain a little breathing room. See you next time.